administration saying layoff notices for some could come later this week. Many others could be soon furloughed or work without pay. Right now, there's no end in sight. Another vote, it won't fail today, with each side blaming the other, despite pushes for a bipartisan way out. We begin tonight with Ryan Nobles on Capitol Hill.
Tonight, on day one into a partial federal government shutdown, Democrats again blocking a Republican funding bill that would reopen the government.
How does this end? Well, it ends when the Senate Democrats pick this bill up, passed by the House of Representatives, and vote for it.
But Democrats first demanding reversals in GOP changes to Medicaid.
The Republican healthcare crisis is immoral in nature, and Democrats are fighting hard to reverse it.
While the White House pointing to a new poll showing 65% of Americans say Democrats should not force a shutdown if their demands are not met.
For the first time since the Democrats have been in politics, they're now saying that unless we get every policy item that we demand, we're going to shut down the people's government. They're trying to take a hostage, and we're not going to let them.
So far, Democrats say their supporters, including federal workers, want them to hold firm. How nervous are they that it could last a long time?
Now, they may be the strongest group yet saying, you got to push back. Now, the question will become, will they have that same view 3 weeks from now? I don't know.
But 3 Democrats today broke ranks, voting with Republicans to keep the government open, including Nevada's Catherine Cortez Mastro. Do you think your leadership needs to do more to get in the room and start those conversations?
I think both sides. I think the American public is looking at Congress and saying, we all these problems. That's where we can be.
Meanwhile, the White House using taxpayer-funded websites to accuse Democrats of shutting the government down. And one day in, the shutdown impacts are already being felt. Tim McAuliffe traveled here to visit his granddaughter, but a lot of D.C. sites are closed. How disappointed are you in your elected leaders that they can't figure this out?
I think it's disappointing on both sides.
While Social Security, Medicare, and VA benefits will keep going out, President Trump's budget director, Russ Vought, told House Republicans layoff notices for federal workers could come out later this week. Those that aren't laid off could be furloughed or work without pay.
We're not getting paid for the work we're performing. We're nervous about making ends meet. And the American people are also nervous about what a government shutdown means to their earned benefits.
All right, Ryan joins us now live from Capitol Hill. And Ryan, I know you have some new reporting for our viewers about Republican efforts to pass the bill to reopen the government. So what's their pitch?
Well, Tom, right now, Republicans need 5 more Democratic votes to pass their funding bill, and the White House and Senate Republicans are actively reaching out to Senate Democrats to try and get them to break ranks, hoping that public pressure will get them to change their minds. But tonight, Senate Democrats remain confident they will hold firm, at least for now. Tom.
Ryan Nobles leading us off on that shutdown. Ryan, thank you. We're going to stay in Washington because the White House is also responding tonight to those new comments from Pope Leo, the American pontiff seeming to criticize President Trump's immigration policies, what he calls the inhuman treatment of immigrants here in the U.S. Here's Gabe Gutierrez.
For the first time since celebrating his inaugural Mass, the American Pope from Chicago weighing in on U.S. politics. Pope Leo seeming to criticize the Trump administration over the president's immigration policies.
Someone who says that I'm against abortion, but I'm in agreement with the inhuman treatment of immigrants who are in the United States. I don't know if that's pro-life. So they're very complex issues. I don't know if anyone has all the truth on them, but I would ask first and foremost that there be greater respect for one another.
The rare remarks coming after his predecessor, Pope Francis, also slammed the president's crackdown on illegal immigration. Tonight, the White House pushing back on Pope Leo's comments.
You've been very open about your Catholic faith. How do you respond to that?
I would reject there is inhumane treatment of illegal immigrants in the United States under this administration. There was, however, significant inhumane treatment of illegal immigrants in the previous administration as they were being trafficked and raped and beaten, and in many cases killed, over our United States southern border.
Pope Leo also said President Trump's rebranding of the Department of Defense to the Department of War was concerning. But he did show support for the president's proposed peace plan for Gaza, calling it realistic and saying he hoped it would be accepted. Tom?
All right.